Welcome back to That's So Vegas. I'm Christine, your host, and I'm here with Douglas Lefty Leferovich. I hope you enjoyed that clip. I did.
I
watched
it, as well.
And you have a fun little story about that.
That clip is actually from the TV series Masters of Illusion on the CW.
Right on.
They film a bunch of magicians, and they always film more footage than they actually need. And that footage was edited. They put custom music to it and actually never airs. So you got a sneak peek of footage that never aired on television.
Oh, great. And you get to keep it in the can.
I get to keep it in the can.
So you've had in your travels, after you traveled, you and Murray have appeared on a lot of shows like that.
Absolutely.
I mean, and you were just talking on break about an interesting, and I believe we have a picture that backs this up, where you had met Johnny Depp, who I just adore, and Alice Cooper. So,
yes,
among the many celebrities, but tell us.
Alice Cooper does a wonderful charity called Christmas Pudding, and he raises money for kids that don't have a place to go after school if both parents are working, and they have a place that kids can learn how to play instruments. So people donate instruments, and it's a place for kids to go, and he raises money every year doing the show. It's about 5,000 people, and the last year Murray did the show as the host. I went and did a bunch of bits with him, and the featured celebrity was Johnny Depp. A lot of people don't know that Johnny Depp originally came to Los Angeles to be a musician.
I knew that, by the way.
And then his roommate was Nicolas Cage, and Nicolas Cage read for 21 Jump Street, felt like he didn't get it, didn't nail the audition, and told Johnny Depp, hey, you should go read for this. And then Johnny Depp went down the acting league.
Wow, what a pair to draw to those two must have been, right?
But Johnny Depp, you always hear stories about when you meet a celebrity and they're not what you thought he was. Super nice, super cool, and then closed the show. Alice Cooper came out with his band and played about 5 or 6 songs, and Johnny Depp came out and played guitar, so it was quite a thrill.
Yeah, and all this interesting background, because Alice Cooper was the son of a preacher man, right, so to speak. It reminds me of a song by Dusty Springfield, but it was a different genre. Well, on top of that, you're very connected with local celebrities, and we love our local Las Vegas celebrities, and we're proud of all of them. You've worked with Tommy Wind, you've worked with Jennifer Romas, you've worked with Alan Steck.
Adam Steck, yes.
This
Fine
is,
Entertainment.
I said Alan, I meant Adam.
Adam Steck, yeah.
Sorry, Adam. But you have this technical repertoire, and you've helped a lot of the stars and the producers help get the shows rolling, and tell us a little bit about that.
I've done a lot of behind-the-scenes work, so I feel like one of my advantages is because as a performer on stage, I know what I want.
Right.
I feel like when I go sort of behind the curtain and I'm helping with lighting design, set design, acting as a technical director, I kind of know what the artist wants, and I think I'm more sympathetic to the artist's needs because I'm an artist myself.
Right.
But for Adam, I've done a lot of work. I acted as casting director for Meatloaf's show. Meatloaf did a segment where he had a bunch of variety acts that he wanted to come out on stage, so I helped hire the variety acts. For Boys to Men at the Mirage, I was lucky enough to do lighting design for that show.
Right.
I did set design for Divas, Frank Marina's show, which is a great show at the Link.
Absolutely.
I've worked with Human Nature, so I've had a great relationship.
These are all the best of the best. This is great.
Absolutely.
So everybody is supportive. We all know that. I mean,
Absolutely.
When I go to media events, I'm privileged to be part of media, and everybody's always there supporting each other. Was there any particular show or producer or anything that stands out that was really a challenge, or do you just roll with all of it? I know you have the Sapphire Comedy Club too. We'll talk about that before the end of this segment, but actually I'm babbling because you've had so much going on. You just got the Merlin Award as well. I was there.
I did. I was just named Best Sleight of Hand Artist for 2016, so that was very exciting. It's exciting to be acknowledged for what I do on stage by my peers, and I tell people, similar to a dancer who before a show has to stretch and be limber to do what they do, every day before Murray's show I'm rehearsing with the playing cards for half an hour or 45 minutes. So I'm breaking the cards in, I'm warming up my hands, and I do a thing where I run the routine exactly the same so that I'm giving memory to the cards. So what that means is if I'm bending the card a certain way, when I get to that card, if it's already been bent a little bit, it's easier to bend it. So I'm giving memory to the card.
Interesting. I never knew
Yes.
that. I don't know much
So-
about magic. I'm always thrilled by it.
But
because-
it's cool because a lot of people say, what do you consider quote unquote real magic? And I say one of the things I do in the show, which is card manipulation, is one of the purest forms of magic because it's not a gimmicked deck of cards. We are lucky enough to get decks of cards from the casino. So Planet Hollywood gives us decks of cards for free. They come off the casino floor, and we're using actual decks of cards.
That's amazing. I wouldn't have even
Right, so
thought
for
of
me,
that.
I'm actually doing the magic. When the cards go from bigger to smaller, when they disappear and reappear, it's about the way I'm manipulating them between my hands. It's not per se a trick. It's not like I'm holding the cards, I hit a button, and the card does something.
Right.
Anything that happens is something that I'm creating.
I know. I'm so glad that you shared that with me. I mean, I have seen your act several times, and
Yes.
it's just really, it just catches you because the way they go from this to this, and
Great. I don't even know how I do it sometimes. I just get lucky. So
when you were talking about you were warming the cards up, I was going to ask you. Well, then I thought they would be a trick deck, but they're not.
Well, I learned years ago to use a regular deck of cards because I use a new deck every show, and that would get expensive. So once I started working in casinos, the casinos obviously want you to use their cards. So for example, at Planet Hollywood, they give us cards so that at one point in my act, I shoot about 15 or 16 cards out into the audience.
It's amazing.
Well, they want the Planet Hollywood card out there because after the show, kids and families pick them up and
Right.
they ask for autographs.
Right.
So when they go home, they have an autograph on a Planet Hollywood card.
More branding, Murray, if you're watching.
Yes,
right?
more branding. And let me just mention, too, Murray shows at Planet Hollywood at 4 p.m. in the Sin City Theater.
Right,
So-
and you were on a hiatus, or is that?
We're back. We're
Okay,
now back.
all back.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're dark Tuesdays and Fridays. But
I
then
love
we're
the
back.
showroom too. It's easy to get to.
It
and
is
it's
easy to
just
get
the right
to.
size.
It
We were
is.
there for your award, your
It
Merlin
was. It was
award.
very nice to see you there.
So you, on top of all that, you're consulting, and when you go to your website, which has been scrolling at the bottom of the screen, it
Awesome.
tells you all kinds of the shows that you've been on and everything. You've been producing the Sapphire Comedy Club, is that correct?
Yes.
And where is that, Industrial?
Yes. So
Okay.
Sapphire is the world's largest gentleman's club. It's 80,000 square feet. It's got the main floor. Skybox is a VIP room. It has the new pool that opens again this year in April. And then it used to be a fitness center gym. And one of the areas used to be 3 squash courts. And they took those 3 squash courts and made that segment into a state-of-the-art 300-seat showroom. So on
And
Fridays...
every night at Friday at 8.
Just
right?
Saturday, just
Oh.
right now, because it's a bit of a slower season. It's
Okay.
the Sapphire Comedy Hour is 8 o'clock, and then
Friday or
from-
Saturday?
Saturday.
Saturday,
and
sorry.
then from 10 to 1 after is the Men of Sapphire. So it's nice because the women can stay and watch that, and then the men can go to the other side and see the ladies.
So this is 18 and over, wouldn't you say?
It's 21 and over.
Or excuse me, 21 and
20
over.
and
What
over.
was I
So
thinking?
booze. And it's a great show. It's comedy and variety. So we
Right.
have a great host, Donnie Johnson. We have 2 featured variety acts. We have Mondre the Magician and Kalani Coconuts, a burlesque performer.
Wow, nice.
And then we have 2 or 3 headlining comedians every week. So we'll have someone from Last Comic Standing or HBO. So it's a lot of fun.
Right, and you book the talent as well as produce the show, is that correct?
Absolutely. I work with Phil Pareto and Brett Feinstein. It was actually Brett Feinstein's idea
Great.
for the show, and we've been working on the show, and we're coming up on our 3-year anniversary.
Awesome. Well, we'll all have to pop in and see you one
We'll
night.
have to come by for a media event.
Yes. Let's plan one or something.
I would love to.
That's So Vegas Live at the Sapphire Club. Except I'll keep my clothes on.
Exactly.
Time flies. I can't believe we have Dan coming up, Dan Sperry.
Dan
He's our
Sperry,
guest
one of the
after
stars
this.
of The Illusionist.
Yep. So it's all good. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this break. Thank you so much for being on the show, Lefty.
I'm glad that I got to show the other side of Lefty as well.
Yay! The magic.